Hello, Nicolet Law. My name is Margaret West. I'm a rising senior at the University of North Carolina at Greensboro, majoring in sociology. And I like movies, particularly this one.
But darling, I'm your Auntie May.
1958's Auntie Mame is about the life of the one and only Mame Dennis, a rich socialite living in the heart of the 1920s New York City scene. After the sudden death of her brother, Mame becomes the guardian of her only living relative, her nephew Patrick, and very quickly she starts raising him as if he were her own son. I immediately thought of Auntie Mame when approached with the prompt, "How will your area of study help you embody our mantra, be kind, do good?" Because despite Mame being admittedly very materialistic, ditzy, and at some points deceptive, traits that at the time clashed with society's expectations of how a proper woman should behave, she consistently embodies kindness and embraces progressive thinking no matter the circumstance. For instance, not only does she take Patrick in immediately, she encourages him to learn all that he can and interact with people from different social classes and ethnicities. She treats her staff like family too, her maid, Nora Muldoon, and her butler, Ito, respectively, keeping them employed during the Great Depression. And later in the movie, she takes in her secretary Agnes Gooch, after the man who got her pregnant abandoned her, leaving her an unwed single mother. A scandalous idea for, again, at the time. Which brings me to my field of study. Sociology is the study of, society. How people interact, how institutions function, and how culture and social structures shape our lives. Through it, I've learned to look beyond surface appearances and understand the deeper, often unseen forces that influence people's behaviors and opportunities and challenges. It pushes me to ask hard questions, like, why is generational poverty so widespread? Or why do people of color have to succeed twice as much to get the same attention as their white counterparts? As a sociologist, I want to use my position to promote social justice and equality. By studying the patterns of discrimination and the social changes around them, I believe I can address the root causes of issues, not just the symptoms of them. And in turn, I can make life better for everyone, especially for the kids like me. Growing up, I was the only Asian kid I knew, and possibly the only Thai girl within miles, besides my mom and my now late grandmother, who immigrated to America in the 60s. The older I got, the more I noticed I was treated differently by kids my own age and the adults around me. If I didn't act a certain way or do certain things, I was outright ignored at best and excluded at worst. I could practically feel the pressure I was under to be more normal, which was code for be more white. It took me a long time to process, let alone name, what I was experiencing. But when I discovered sociology, it gave me the language and the framework to unpack all of that. And I realized the pressure that I was feeling was part of much larger systems, built on social expectations, racial hierarchies, and unspoken power dynamics, both on a smaller community level and a systematic level. Not only that, but I wasn't alone in how I felt. So now I want to give that clarity to anyone else struggling with their identity as I did for so long. For me, being kind and doing good is not just about being nice. It's about having the courage to stand up for what's right, showing up for others when it's inconvenient, and pushing for real change, even if it is a little weird, or in Mame's case, eccentric.
Though I wonder if it does make the best first impression on a sensitive young mind to see you drinking during business hours.
But he...
No, don't you worry. I won't breathe a word to the Knickerbocker Bank.
Now, just 1 minute. Where did this boy learn to mix it?
Mr. Babcock, knowledge is power.
And that's the end. Thank you so much for watching.